Hello and welcome to today's live broadcast. I know I haven't been live with you guys for a while, so I'm super excited to be able to connect with you. Whether you're jumping on live with me or you're going to catch this on the rebroadcast, I know 9 a.m. Central Standard Time is not convenient for everyone. Please make sure you participate in today's conversation and leave me a comment in the comment section. I always love hearing from you, and if you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, I always ask that you take a second to subscribe as well. Okay. So today we're going to talk about why weight loss is so difficult to achieve and maintain. And I'm going to warn everybody really quickly that today's conversation is going to be a little bit of a tough love coaching conversation. And there's a couple of reasons for that, and I'll explain that as we go. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Ann Parham. I'm the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman, as well as the Midlife Mindset Shift course that I run for my graduates of the IF course. All of those are under registration week right now. So if you're interested in joining either one of those, make sure that you click the links in the description box below and get yourself registered, or email me if you'd like to get in the Midlife Mindset Shift course. Okay. Let's get to today's conversation. Shirley, hello. Thank you for joining us from Canada. I love having you here. Okay, so the number one reason why we are having trouble with losing weight and maintaining it is this statement right here. Yeah, but, right? Marketing has gotten really crafty lately. Devices like the Lumen, which I'm going to talk about a little bit. Keto Mojo for testing blood glucose and ketone, diet plans, tricky little sayings that are used in marketing are really catching us off guard, especially coming out of what we just came out of in 2020. And a lot of this is still the factor for why we're feeling so frustrated, right? I hear so many people who have purchased this little device here, the Lumen, which is an amazing device for helping you lose weight and track your metabolic flexibility, think that just because they bought this device that suddenly everything's going to magically start to improve for them because they're blowing in this thing. What we haven't realized yet as a society is that all these technical things, all of these things that we can use to track things are great tools to tell us what we're doing based on the choices that we're making and how that's serving us, but we're not willing to do the work to understand why we're getting those numbers or results. And this is why. Yeah, but I don't want to give up my wine. Yeah, but it's not easy for me because I have kids. Yeah, but my husband doesn't understand. Yeah, but that seems too extreme. Yeah, but I have a job. The yeah, but is the number one reason why weight loss is so difficult and why it's hard to maintain, right? Because we are getting marketed to, and we're making these like emotional, almost desperate emotional purchases on things, and we're not taking the time to understand how they're going to influence our life or how we can use them as an actual tool, because the yeah buts are justifying what we're not willing to do, right? So what I want you to think about, if you're struggling coming out and back into the world and have realized that maybe you didn't treat yourself so well under a stressful situation, or maybe now you're feeling stressed or pressured because you have to undo some of the things that you didn't do when things were tough last year, I want you to stop and think about how many times you've butted yourself into believing that you can't have what you say you really want. So many women right now are freaking out and feeling so stressed out about the weight that they have put on over this last year. And it's not because of intermittent fasting. It's not because of a diet not working. It's not because they're not getting the numbers they want when they blow into a device, or the numbers that they get when they draw blood from their finger to see where they are. It's because we're not understanding why the choices that we're making are ending us up in that place, right? And we haven't committed yet to ourselves to be consistent long enough to get what we say that we really want. Diets don't work if all you're doing is changing the way you eat and you're not changing the way you think and what you believe, right? So we have to start working on our mindset. We have to start training our brain to go along with what it is that we're investing in, to go along with what it is that we say we really want, so we can stop ourselves in our tracks before we butt our way into sickness, or butt our way into weight gain, or butt our way into disappointment, right? Everything that you do that is a positive for your overall health and well-being will yield you the result that you're hoping for. If you work on this part and you stop butting your way out of things. So what I want you to do this week, if you're that woman that I described who's feeling like they are frustrated, right? If you're feeling like you've lost some traction, or you're feeling like you let yourself down last year because you weren't managing what it is that you say you really wanted, and now you're realizing I have to go back into the world, I have to go back into my job, I have to get back into my regular clothes and get out of the sweatpants I've been wearing for the last year, and oh my gosh, none of my clothes fit. What do I do? What I want you to do every time you catch yourself watching someone else, and but it must be easy for them, because I want you to exchange this for, but what if? But what if I take their advice? But what if I'm really dedicated and I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing and not just what I'm doing, right? So many women are also, and I hear this, so it's not anything that I'm just imagining. I've heard these words so many times over the last month or so, and I think it's the franticness and the panic of having to get back into the world is I'm watching from the sidelines and I'm taking what I need. Again, this is that thing that gets us back into this situation of being non-committed to what it is we say we want. We think we can do it alone, right? If you're not a fitness professional, if you're not a health professional, if you're not someone who's maybe life coaching and you know the skills, doing it on your own and not committing to a community or not committing to a plan and thinking that you are going to make changes by just taking what you need when you feel like it, and then kind of just being an innocent bystander who's not actually committing, I promise you, you will be frustrated with the weight loss that you're not achieving and not maintaining, because this type of work is very emotionally based and it's really difficult to do alone, right? Because you will let yourself down every single day. But if you make a commitment to a community, or you make commitment to a plan, or you jump into something with other people, you're less likely to give up on yourself because you're with other people in a community. That's why so many health and fitness programs are centered around a community of people and a support group, because we need support. There's nothing wrong with that. If you find yourself being that person who has withdrawn and is only taking from a community and you're not participating in the community, ask yourself why that is. Why is it that you don't want to show up? Why is it that you don't want to ask questions? Why is it that you don't want to share publicly your affirmations of what it is you're trying to achieve? And oftentimes what you'll realize is that you're afraid you're going to fail, or you're not as committed as you think you should be, or as you want to be. And you have to figure out why that is, because you're going to but your way through to frustration and disappointment in yourself, because there's no one there that can pick you up when you fall down. There'll be no one there that can tell you it's going to be okay and get you back on track. Don't do weight loss alone. Don't do wellness alone. Don't do fitness alone. There are too many communities. If you don't have to join mine, but find one that you resonate with and go all in. I heard a fitness professional say the other day that going all in was an extreme way to manage what it is that you're trying to do with your health and fitness. And I have to 100% disagree with that statement. When I say go all in, I want you to mentally and emotionally commit to yourself that no matter what happens, you're not going to quit. Right? You're going to see whatever it is you decide to do through as a lifestyle change. You're not going to quick fix some weight loss struggle that you're having just to go back to what you were doing before and not understand why it is it's important for you to lose weight, right? Or important for you to get healthy, or important for you to feel better. The thing that I say here in this community all the time is that there's nothing more attractive than a woman who's empowered by the choices that she is making to take care of herself, right? Think about that. There's nothing more attractive than a woman who feels empowered because she's making decisions about how she wants to take care of herself. It has nothing to do with jean sizes. It has nothing to do with whether you wear a bikini over the summer. It has nothing to do with any of those things. It has to do with the confidence that you as a woman carry with you because you know you're making great decisions for yourself. The opposite also holds true for us when we are not making good decisions for ourselves, when we know we're cheating ourselves out of the opportunity to wake up every day looking and feeling our best, when we're walking around with regret, when we're walking around with self-disappointment, when we're walking around feeling like we're failing. That is not an attractive way to go about your day. And when I say attractive, I don't mean what other people are thinking about you, but how you carry your own body, how you walk into a room, how you show up before the people that you love, how you show up at a meeting at work, how you show up with anything that you do in your life. If you walk into your life with feelings of regret and disappointment and failure, that carries through in every aspect of your life. If you show up every day knowing that regardless if you're losing weight, you are making the best decisions for your future self, everything about your life is going to get better. And guess what ends up happening at the end of that decision-making process with consistency and time is you will eventually lose weight because you're going to stop giving up on yourself. This is a time in our lives where a lot of things are coming to head for people, right? They're coming to a head because we were able to kind of hide this last year. We self-medicated with inactivity and over-consuming food and over-consuming alcohol because there was nothing else to do. And when we feel sad or when we feel stressed or when we feel disappointed, that's our go-to. I can tell you the one amazing thing about intermittent fasting when you commit to it as your lifestyle is it removes the biggest problem most of us have, and that is making choices about food and drink, right? If you commit to intermittent fasting because you understand how it's going to serve your future self, you don't but anything. You change this phrase into, man, what if? What if I can reverse the signs of aging? What if I can manage my blood sugars better? What if I can use a device that's going to validate the choices that I'm making? What if it actually starts to fall into place and you stop butting yourself, right? If food is the problem for you, intermittent fasting is going to be the thing that's going to help you understand why food's the problem for you, right? Why do you turn to food when you're stressed? Why do you turn to food when things don't work for you? Why do you turn to bottles of wine at night? And hey, I've been very open here with the fact that there was the day when a bottle of Chardonnay was the way I managed my evening. And I had to come to grips with that. Like, why is it that Chardonnay is the thing that's keeping me from everything that I say that I want for myself? And sometimes you have to put some boundaries on some things. That's okay. It's okay once you realize that that might be the problem for you. So let me see if we have any comments here and things I can answer for you guys. Let me know in the comment section, Are you feeling like you're butting yourself into feeling miserable about what it is you're not getting with your weight loss? Or maybe are you butting your way into frustration about maybe you made some great strides and then you've lost them? And are you willing to catch yourself in this phrase and exchange it for, but what if? But what if I sat down and talked to my husband and told him how important it was for me to change some of my lifestyle habits? What if I bought cookies for the kids and I just made the decision that they're not what are going to serve me best? What if I told my girlfriends that at lunchtime at work, I'm just not going to eat because I'm fasting and I could care less what their opinion is about that? What if I set the alarm for an hour earlier in the morning and was able to get my workout so I could start my day with a good attitude and feeling like I accomplished something for myself? What if I gave up my coffee creamer for a month and was able to get the results that I was actually hoping for and actually realized that I like the taste of coffee and that the creamer was just an excuse that I was using to satisfy the sugar fix I have? Stop butting yourself and put what if, and then complete that statement with what it is you want to get for yourself and give it a run and see what happens for you. Okay, so let me see what I got here. Shirley from Canada, thanks for jumping on with us. Patty Wedge, she's one of my rock stars, y'all. Patty Wedge is doing the work for sure, and she's definitely working on her mindset, and she's starting to see some of those results. Also, Sue, good morning. May, I'm thinking 2020 grad because 3020 is a time I don't think any of us are going to see, so I appreciate you putting that in there. Patty Wedge, yes, I'm getting better. I'm making healthier choices for me. My body lets me know if what I am doing isn't working for me. Okay. The one relationship, let me also add this in. The one relationship we need to work on the most is the relationship we have with our body, right? So many of us are busy, we're stressed, we're overworked, we're undervalued, and we have lost touch with communicating with our own body. If you're bloated, if you're tired, if you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling depressed, if you're not sleeping well at night, if you eat something and you instantly feel bad, that's your body sending you signals that what you're doing is not working. This is when these things and this thing really come in handy. Are you tracking your sleep? Are you connecting the things that you're doing to the results that you're getting and then questioning, why am I getting that result? Why is my blood glucose so high? Why am I not able to produce ketones? Why is it that I'm waking up and my Lumen score is showing that I'm getting a 4 or 5 in the morning when I know I should be getting a 1 or a 2? What did I do, or what's going on in my life to make that happen? We don't ask ourselves the question because we're not connected with a healthy relationship with our body, and then we get frustrated and we throw really expensive devices in the drawer, and we treat these new tracking devices like we've treated diets in the past, right? I did the paleo diet, I didn't lose any weight. Let me try the keto diet, I didn't lose any weight. Let me try the cabbage only diet, I didn't lose any weight. You're not losing weight because you're not thinking and feeling what's going on in your body. Trust me when I tell you this, I've been in this business for 30 years. I have helped thousands of women. When you connect mentally to what it is you say you really want, emotionally, magic happens. When you're disconnected from those things, it's super easy to just throw expensive diet plans, expensive fitness plans, expensive devices in a drawer and shut them because it's easy to not deal with them. What I would recommend doing is anything you've already spent money on in the past, pull it back out, reconsider it with taking this out and adding in, but what if? What if I committed 30 days to this workout program? What if I committed 30 days to an intermittent fasting class? What if I committed to getting a coach? What if I committed to following this diet? What if I just committed to it and took all the things out of it that worked for me and reconsider the things that didn't, and see if I can create a lifestyle that I can manage for the rest of my life so I can reap the benefits? That's how we find success with weight loss. That's how we keep success with weight loss. Patty is a March 2021 grad and is entering in our midlife mindset shift for July. So I'm super excited for you. Carmen, October 2018 grad here. Good morning. Good morning to you also. Carmen is one of my dear friends who took our course back in 2018, and she has an amazing channel on YouTube where she does kind of a vlogging type of thing, and also shows you how to do some at-home sewing from some patterns. So Carmen, you can put your YouTube channel link in the description box or the comment box, and we'll have some people from here follow you over there as well. And then Candy, that is a powerful statement. Awesome. I'm so glad that that resonated with you. Candy with a K, that's great. I love the way you spell your name. Patty, it is definitely easy for me to become quiet and not participating in my groups. To counter that feeling and action, I start watching videos and going back in support groups and asking questions. Yeah, for sure. When you're not committed to showing up and all you're doing is taking and you're not giving back, that tells your brain you're not committed, right? So if you've ever been in my Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, you know I like drill into you. Please leave comments at the end of every lesson. Please participate in your community group. When you participate, right, whether you voice your participation or you acknowledge what you're learning through like almost regurgitating it back, you're reinforcing to your brain that you are acknowledging what you just picked up, and you are going to apply that to your life. The thing with social media today, especially with all this free content we can just log into YouTube with, or Instagram or Facebook or wherever it is you're hanging out, is we can go from advice to advice to advice to advice to advice. And by the time we've hit the fifth piece of advice, we're so confused, we throw our phone in the drawer, right? With all of our devices we're not using anymore. Because it's like, what do? You do apple cider vinegar? Do you put stevia in your coffee? Is fasting 20 hours too much? Should I only do it every other day? Like, you're so overwhelmed with the advice, you can't implement anything. You get like implementation paralyzation, right? Like, I don't even know what to do anymore. Pick a person. Pick a plan, implement it, and then participate with the person that you're going to commit to, so that you tell your brain you're all in, right? Go all in with your brain. Trust me, my brain has always pulled my body along with me, right? My body will not go anywhere without my brain. So if I can convince my brain of something, my body will just follow along. So work on this so that your body will trust you and follow you along. Amen. Totally agree. Awesome. Patty, Shauna, January 2001 graduate, 30 pounds down and loving this lifestyle, will never go back. Awesome. I love that. When you commit to a lifestyle you create for yourself, it is so much easier for you to stick to it. The one thing I hear all the time is, just tell me what you eat. Y'all, I can't tell you what I eat. If I told you what I eat, you would freak out. And when I have told people what I eat before, they freak out, right? You have to figure out food for you. I don't know if you have a Trader Joe's. I do most of my shopping at Trader Joe's. I don't know if you have a Costco membership. I do a lot of my shopping at Costco. I don't know what kind of foods you like to eat. I don't know what kind of allergies or intolerances you have. I don't know what your family's customs or courtesies are, right? So what I like to do, I preach this stuff, but I won't preach to you what food is good or bad. I want to teach you how to figure that out for yourself. I want to teach you that if you do this thing and you feel this thing, or your body reacts in this way, let's reconsider why that's happening, and then let you figure out food that is working for you and your family based on your budgetary needs, based on your proximity to certain types of foods, based on seasonal things that you have opportunities to, so that you can have the food that you love to have in your life. There's nothing worse than living your life feeling like you're restricted from everything that brings you joy. I am a French fry loving, chocolate chip cookie eating kind of girl. And I'm also happy with my weight, and I'm also happy with my fitness, and I'm also happy with my health. I've just figured out which French fries and which chocolate chip cookies for me, and I don't want work for me, and I don't want to go my life without them. You shouldn't have to go your life without those kind of things either. You just have to figure out where they fit in your life, and then what types of those things that you can include in, so you're not going to make yourself sick. life's too short to go without the things you love. So we want to make sure that we're figuring that out for ourselves as well. Patty is down 21 pounds with intermittent fasting, loves this lifestyle. So many things have improved for me. Yes. Okay. The other thing about intermittent fasting that I want you guys to think about, if you, but because you're listening to all the other advice people are giving about why intermittent fasting shouldn't work for you, is that it's super inexpensive. So many people are out purchasing supplements, drinking their apple cider vinegar every morning, thinking they have to do all of these things, when really, if you do nothing, spend no money on anything for 20 hours out of your day. And then when you feast on that 4 hours, you have the opportunity to really put some really good nutrient dense food in your body. And believe it or not, you're going to eat a lot less food when you're fasting correctly and you're really tuned into the signs and signals your body's saving you. Intermittent fasting is the easiest and the most inexpensive way to live your life. Not a quick fix, not a diet, but the way to live the rest of your life. So many of us right now, I know, are struggling with financial situations because of everything that has just happened over this past year and a half. If you're struggling with your finances, stop eating for 20 hours a day. Trust me, you will save a ton of money. Just do it with the right mindset, right? Figure out how it is you want to get the best things in your life in a 4-hour window, and stop wasting your money on all the filler things, for sure. Carmen, let me see, who else did we hire? I think I skipped a couple of you guys. Patty, yes. Sue, yes, I am. Thank you for bringing me back. Yeah, you're welcome, girlfriend. I will always be here. Here's the other thing that I want to also remind my community of. I've been here for 5 years. I've never left. I will never leave. The hard thing about people, the job that I have, and people like me, I'm an extrovert, I'm a communicator, and I love me some people. I love relationships. I love people. I wish I could hug each and every one of you. You guys have the flexibility and the opportunity to come and go as you please. So I fall in love with a lot of you, and then you have a bad day, or you guys decide you don't want to do intermittent fasting anymore, or something happens stressful in your life and you walk away and then you leave, right? Don't do that. Stay in. I will always take care of you. I will always bring you back. I am not going anywhere. Just stay committed. And when you feel like you are losing your hope, check out my Instagram channel. I did a whole talk on Tuesday about fear and hope, right? When you're losing hope and you're fearful and you're scared, lean in. Lean in. Don't run away. Don't back away. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Nobody is failing at anything. There's no bad judgment here at all. I love people. I will bring you back. I will hug you. I will pull you back in as hard as I can, but you have to show up. I can't come find you and I can't come chase you down, but you guys know where to find me and I'll always be here for you. Sharon, I'm struggling after great success. I'm finding hard to get back. I appreciate your inspiration and support. Sharon, if you find that you're struggling, the best thing you can do is acknowledge the fact that you're struggling, right? And then ask yourself, yeah, but what if? What if today, what if right now in this moment that I've realized that I'm struggling, I end the struggle. And from this moment on, I'm going to start thinking differently. And the things that I'm going to think about are going to create an opportunity for me to act differently. And the acting differently is going to create different decision-making processes. And then the results that you're going to get are going to be different as well. So you don't have to wait for a Monday. You don't have to wait for the first of the month. You don't have to wait for today, right now, this morning, you've decided that what you're doing is not working for you, and start to making different decisions. And I promise you the change will come back. Susan, hello from Ontario, finished early morning run. Awesome, girlfriend. I got an early morning run in as well. Susan is my runner friend. Carmen, thank you for the mention. My YouTube channel is under my name, Carmen Salomon Sewing. I am sewing a wardrobe that fits for my changing body. Yes, you are, girlfriend. You got to keep up with that body for sure. Andrea, 25 pounds down. I'm a grad from your course. Finally was able to stop calorie counting. Yes. No calorie counting, no macro tracking, not necessary if you understand how intermittent fasting works, for sure. Carmen, since 2018, I've lost 25 pounds. A1C went down from 7.4 to 5.4 on IF with DYANN. Awesome, girlfriend. And, Carmen, Carmen, Patty, you're getting to that place. Susan, for sure. A lot of you who are my graduates who I see all the time, and I feel like you're like my BFFs, you're the ones who've really maintained this lifestyle very beautifully. And it's because you're committed to the lifestyle, right? And because you're engaging in the community and you always check back in. And that's why I feel like I know you guys so well. And I don't know, there's these parallels, right? To committing to a community, staying focused, checking in, participating, and success. So I appreciate you, and I'm super proud of you. And Carmen, you're just a rock star for sure. Patty Wedge, Mexican food and chocolate chip cookies, yummy, yummy. Yes, for sure. And okay, so here's the thing with Mexican food, Patty. I shared this with you guys as well. I love me some chips and salsa, but chips and salsa at the place that I go, Mexican food don't always serve me well, the type of chip. So I have no problem bringing my own grain-free tortilla chips to the restaurant. I just ask for an extra chip bowl, and I eat guacamole and a salsa. And then the only thing I eat at a Mexican restaurant now is chicken tortilla soup, because I don't want the heavy enchiladas. I don't want the tacos. I don't want all that, but I love me the experience of a Mexican restaurant. So I just figured out how I can have the experience that I love with my chips and guacamole and still have dinner with my family. And I just limit it to chicken tortilla soup, and I'm a happy camper. Andrea, any Shake Rex besides Shakeology? Kind of pricey. Nope, no Rex besides Shakeology. It's pricey because it's the best on the market. And I know not everyone can afford that. So if you want to find a shake that's something other than Shakeology, you have to experiment till you find the right one for you. I've tried every one on the market. Trust me, I went through like a 6 or 7 month period where for 30 days I tried a new shake, and I'm back to Shakeology. I know it's pricey. I buy it for 3.5 people in my family. My daughter drinks it every now and then. I drink it every day. My husband drinks it every day. My son drinks it every day. So I get that it's pricey, but I won't put anything else in my family's body or my body for sure. So you just got to do your research, Andrea, till you find one that works for you. Angela, I've lost 10 pounds in the couple of months, all due to intermittent fasting. I do find when I stall, I need to do a longer fast or change it up. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing too about intermittent fasting. And again, let's go back to like all the advice that's out there, right? Women shouldn't fast the same way every day. You should alternate day fast. You should fast one day and eat only 500 calories the next day. You should do what works for you, right? The 20-hour fast is the quickest way to reset your body chemistry and your hormones, specifically insulin. Once you have reversed all of the things that are ailing you, then the lifestyle you create is flexibility. Right? So you fast when it's convenient for you. You feast when it's socially appropriate for you, or you feast when it is you feel like you need more food. I don't fast 20 hours every day anymore. I'm happy with my health. I'm happy with my weight. I'm happy with my fitness. I'm happy with my physique. I feast when I need to feast. I fast when I feel like I need to fast. Some days I fast 20 days. Some days I fast 22 days. Some days I fast 16. Some days I fast 13. Once you get the lifestyle down, then you can build in the flexibility for sure, and you ebb and flow. So don't ever worry about fasting becoming so rigid for you unless you are rigidly building that lifestyle, right? But your body chemistry and hormones are changing every day. The nutrition that you're taking in every day is changing. Your metabolic flexibility every day is changing. Trust me, if you track it, you'll understand that. So there's no possible way you can do the exact same thing every day and get the same exact result from your body, because your body is always going to be adjusting and shifting for what it needs for sure. So super proud of you, Angela. Patty, no eating processed sugar and less sugar. My triglycerides went from 300 to 149. It is awesome. Yeah. And triglycerides are that thing, that cause, non-alcohol induced fatty liver, right? And why is that? Because our glycogen stores are in our liver and in our muscles, right? This is where the 20-hour fast is so beneficial to so many of us, because when you're fasting for 20 hours and you're following that keto-like approach to your nutrition, what ends up happening is we force our body to dump that storage, right? Last meal first, liver and muscle storage next, and then we go into that fat burning mode. So congratulations, Patty. That is a huge, huge health milestone for you. Keep it up. Pamela, I have been intermittent fasting. I lost 15 pounds. I can tell through my workouts that I've been getting more fit. Now I'm focusing on what I'm eating. I need to lose 15 pounds. Yeah, Pamela, the 15 pounds will come off with consistency over time, right? So start like you're doing, dialing in your fasting, dial in that feasting, make sure you're paying attention to what it is that you're doing as far as how you're feeling. Support what it is you want to do with your workouts, because you don't want to drain the tanks too low that you don't have the energy to be efficient in your workouts. Zone 2 training is really beneficial for weight loss. So make sure you're not working out too hard too often. Pulling back some workouts have been really beneficial for me in my own journey of utilizing body fat as the stored energy to support my workouts. So play with some of that as well. That 15 pounds will come off, no problem. Patty, I want to do that. What chips do you eat? I eat Siete brand grain-free tortilla chips is the brand that I like myself. There's lots of new different versions of cassava flour chips out, or grain-free chips. So if you don't have access to Siete brand, just look for grain-free chips, so no corn. Talk about starvation mode when we don't eat, and we will, Patty, talk about starvation mode when we don't eat and we will stall losing weight. What do you mean by that? Maybe if you can clarify that, I'll talk about it. Stephanie, I think I'm jumping in on the end of this, but I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Okay, so Stephanie, this will be a replay for sure, so you can catch the beginning. But basically what I was saying is that the number one problem, women especially, are frustrated with the weight loss they're not achieving and the weight loss they're not maintaining, is because they're butting themselves out of the opportunity for success. And if we switch the but into but what if, then we can open up our mind to some opportunities, and we stop limiting ourselves because of what we don't think we're capable of achieving. Andrea, what % of max heart rate is zone 2? So zone 2 is anything below 75% of your max. So zone 1, I think, is about 60 to 65. So 65 to 75% of your maximum heart rate is the training zone 2. And then you want to stay there for, as long as you can. So higher duration, lower intensity workout is where you have the opportunity to have a nice glycogen dump from your muscles, so you'll have glucose readily available. And then the duration part of the benefit comes with staying in that training heart rate zone long enough to utilize the glucose that your body made available in your bloodstream and actually get into fat burning mode. So for me, that's a 60-minute zone 2 workout. Okay, so let's see. I hope that helped with that one. Patty, it said to me that I'm not eating enough and that's why I'm not losing weight. I don't agree. No. When you're in it, remember, if you're in a clean fasted state for a long enough time, your body goes in and finds what it needs to live off of in the form of the glycogen stores and the fat stores that you have and all the nutrients in the damaged cells. So if you're fasting correctly, what you do in your feasting window, as long as it's nutrient dense, how much you eat is not the problem. Oftentimes it's what you're eating that's the problem. And believe it or not, most women, even with a 4-hour feasting window, are still overeating because we're still stuck on that starvation mode thing and it doesn't work for us. AV, I get low numbers consistently, but still no weight loss. Flex score is 19. I herald that a lot with the Lumen. And so what you want to make sure you're doing is, what I would recommend is getting more fat in your diet, and not being afraid if your Lumen number goes up in a fasted state. So remember, the Lumen, this is metabolic flexibility that considers 5 or 6 different areas of your life that consider your metabolic makeup. It's not just nutrition. It's not just working out. It's all aspects of things. And so what I would recommend is getting more fat in your diet and not breaking your fast if this goes up. So when the Lumen number goes up when you're breaking your fast, people freak out because it's considered stress, right? Well, when you're in a long fasted state, we know this, if you test blood glucose and ketones, if I work out cardiovascularly, my blood glucose goes up. That's going to cause this to go up. If I'm in a fasted state for a long period of time, forcing glycogen stores to come out of hiding and become available for energy, this number goes up. Why would I break my fast and create an insulin response just because this went from a 2 to a 3? Right? For me, it doesn't make sense. So you have to understand why you're doing what you're doing, what your numbers are telling you based on your body chemistry, and then make a decision based on all of that. So you might not be losing weight yet because your body chemistry is still off, regardless of what your metabolic flexibility score is. I hope that helps. Try again 40. Lori here. IF April 2019 grad. I stumbled on this stream and decided to listen in. I'm also in the midlife mindset shift course since 2020. I don't have time to engage on social media, but you're in my head every day. Awesome. Try again at 40. And you're the reason I'm constantly leaning into this lifestyle despite life setbacks. I wouldn't choose any other lifestyle. Awesome. Well, Lori, I'm going to ask you a favor. When you're on social media and you happen to pass by something that you see that I do, if it resonates with you, just say hi, right? Just say hi so that I know that you're there and I know that you're checking in. It takes like 2 seconds. And I would totally appreciate it for sure. AV, I get low Lumen numbers consistently, but no weight loss. Lumen score is 14.9, not giving up. Yeah, don't give up. So is your Lumen flex score is 14.9. So I'm medium range flex score on my Lumen, and I'm fine. I'm not trying to reach the top of the mountain. That's the other thing I want to I'll touch really quickly with using devices like this. Being the best is not always what we're striving for, or reaching the top, right? So I talk about this a little bit with my Peloton bike. They have what's called a strive score. The higher your heart rate goes in a workout, the more points you get. Okay, so I was on a ride the other day that was an endurance ride, low intensity, high duration, and I saw because it shows what everybody's strive score is, right? I saw all these people in this high heart rates the whole time. Maybe that's their goal, I don't know, or maybe they just don't understand what an endurance ride is. But doing things the hardest or the most intense or for the longest. We see this a lot with fasting. If 20 hours of fasting is great, 25 must be better. Or if I did 25 hours of fasting, then maybe 37 is better. It's not always better to strive for the top of whatever a range is, right? I'm really happy with a medium flexibility score with my Lumen. I don't want to have my life become more rigid to get a higher score. I feel great where I'm at. Everything in my life is fine. The same thing with GKI testing. Having the lowest GKI number is I'm not trying to be that level of ketosis in my body. Man, 6 to 9 is a great place for me to live. Working out at a HIIT workout at your zone 5 heart rate isn't where you're always supposed to be. 9 hours of sleep every night is not what everyone needs, right? So you have to figure out what your life feels good at, no added stress, and then tweak that. We are so inclined to be the best or outdo someone, or if 15 is good, what's 16? No, find what works for you that doesn't cause you mental, emotional, and physical stress, and then tweak around that until you fine tune that and get the results that you're hoping for. We don't have to be the best in everything. And the weight loss will come. Again, remember, this is more of a carb cycling type of advice, right? And so you have to figure out, again, when you wake up in a 1 or a 2, which is where we're striving for, and then you go to bed a 4 or a 5, or you have a boost day and you go from a 1 to a 4 or 5, that's how you know you're metabolically flexible. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to eat their recommendation for carbohydrates, but how is your body responding? When you do certain things with your nutrition, when you do things with your sleep, when you do things with your stress, when you do things with your fitness, is your body responding the way it's supposed to based on the life you want to live? If you're trying to accommodate a device's suggestions and you're miserable in your life, it's no fun. So figure out the life you want to live first, then bring in the devices, and then tweak your life so that you're getting the results you want from your devices. I hope that helps. Carmen, I'm totally following my measurements weekly because I try to stay off scales. They don't seem consistent. Yeah, scales are not. Well, scales are consistent. Our bodies aren't consistent. I just read an article the other day about running and carb loading. And when we consume carbohydrates, our body can hold on to 4 pounds of water weight in just one day. And we primarily hold that weight in our thighs, right? And so if you're the kind of person who weighs yourself every single day and you don't know those kind of things, and you step on the scale and you freak out because you gained 4 pounds in a day, you didn't really gain 4 pounds. Your body's just holding on to some water because of some things that you ate. And if you just give it a couple more days, the water will do its job and it'll go away and you'll be fine. So the thing about the scale, again, it's like one of those tools that if you don't understand your body chemistry, or you don't understand how a scale is providing you the information, you will freak out. And so you have to understand that. The great thing, again, about technology is there's some amazing scales today that show you more than weight. They show you your, body chemistry, what your body fat is, how much water weight you're holding, how much muscle tone you have. And that's the scale that you want to kind of use as your gauge, because it's going to give you more information other than just what the number is going to show up when you put your 2 feet on it, for sure. But great way to approach things, Carmen, for sure. And then Patty, thank you for this video, Diane. I have enjoyed having my morning coffee with you, and everyone have a wonderful day. Yeah, I got my coffee too. Okay, so catch yourself this week. If you're saying, yeah, but, change that with, but, what if, right? Instead of, yeah, but what if I went all in? What if I didn't make excuses? What if I tried to accommodate my schedule? What if I just change my mindset? And what are the possibilities if you do that? And then engage with the people that you want to get the results with, right? Engage with the communities that you're getting advice from. You will create the relationship and the accountability for yourself by just leaving a comment. Trust me, it's the psychology of all of this, and it works. Nicole, what do you mix your Shakeology with? If you go to fortodaysagingwoman.com /blog, there is a video there on what I mix into my Shakeology. I change it up all the time, but that's a basic one that'll give you the information that you're looking for. So go fortodaysagingwoman.com /blog, or if you can go to my Instagram channel, in the link in my bio, there's some information there as well. So water and Shakeology works as well. So you don't have to really get too fancy if you want to keep it clean. I hope this helped you guys today. Don't live frustrated. Don't live stressed out. Don't live disappointed in yourself. Figure out why you have those feelings, then make decisions so that you can feel a different way. There's no magic fix. Watch the marketing ploys, understand devices that you're investing in, commit to a community, commit to you, do the mindset work so you can get yourself out of this cycle, because it's not going to serve you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. This will be on replay if you need to come back and rewatch it again. I hope I will see you in the community, in the comment section. I want to get to know you. I want to establish a relationship with you. I want to feel like you're my best friend so I can root for you. So make sure you're connecting with me, and I'll see you guys around.